All right, I have Josh Dunham here with y'all. He just finished he's actually halfway through with his 6 week online fitness coaching program with Compass Fitness. He's down 7.4 pounds during this first 3 weeks. So, Josh, I'm just going to start. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. So Josh Dunham, 36 years old. Got a family of four, and yeah, excited to kind of talk through this and talk how my journey's been.
All right. Well, tell me what made you decide to get started with this program.
Yeah. So I've been kind of off and on fitness my whole life, and a couple of years ago, I was getting really close to 270, and for a 5'9" person, that's pretty big. So started kind of trying to do stuff on my own, and it was just hit or miss whether I'd stay consistent with it. So kind of saw what y'all were doing and thought it'd be a good thing to get back into and have some help getting my life back.
Well, after we talked a little bit about the program and told you what was going to kind of happen over the next 6 weeks with the nutrition and getting moving again, working out, were you nervous about getting started?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I was ready, but I was a little bit nervous about more or less the diet more than anything. I don't mind getting back into the gym and trying to stay motivated there, but I've came and go on diets and failed diets over and over again. So that was my main concern.
Was uh was that your biggest concern about maybe actually doing it? Was there something that was preventing you maybe from signing up? Would you say it was the food?
Yeah, probably mostly the food. I'm a pretty picky eater, so and there's a lot of diets out there where I'm like, well, that ain't gonna work, you know. So, but this one, I don't even sometimes don't even feel like I'm on a diet because I can go out and grab, you know, whatever I need as long as I'm staying within my macros. I know you get pretty mad at me if I have to eat some fast food every now and then, but and it's not good. But those baby steps and being able to take that and still being able to watch your macros and your carbs, and sticking to the strict macro count has really helped me because it's not like you got to eat broccoli every day. So it's nice to have a little bit of flexibility to fit my lifestyle.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you talked about the nutrition first because I think that's a big thing that prevent people from getting started because they think they have to give everything up. And you have an extremely busy lifestyle. You have boys that are super active in sports, and so you're up early getting them where they need to go. You have a full-time job with Walmart that consumes a lot of your time. And I know you're going to be traveling a little bit. And then on top of that, you're also a coach and run the wrestling program with the youth. And you constantly are just there's very rarely where you're just sitting down, so you're always on the go. Do you feel like, since you're so busy with what we've kind of built for you, you've been able to easily put it together? I know we had some struggles that first couple days, but just kind of tell me about that first week and what that was like for you with the food and how busy you are and how you made it work.
Yeah, so um, actually kind of want to talk about that week beforehand too, because I
Yeah.
didn't realize going into that first week, I didn't realize how bad I was eating.
Well, let's pause real quick. What did we have you do the first whole week before you even started?
Yeah, so the first week before we even started, we got a baseline, right? You just like, hey, I just want you to eat normal, track your calories, track your macros on the MyFitnessPal is what we used, and then that transfers over to the Compass app. But yeah, track that, and like I was eating, I don't know, I mean, some days I'd be up to over 3,000 calories and I'd have 186 grams of fat. And I was like, holy smokes, and it gives you this little tracker on there to tell you, what your goals are. And then you see it and it's like, oh, I've gone way past. And that was eye opening for me because you don't realize how much that stuff adds up. Even just putting a little bit of sauce on your food, like just throws your fat way over because there's so much stuff in there and you don't even realize it. So that first week, even towards the end of the first week, I already started like, oh, I don't want to eat that because it's going to push me way over. So just the app also helps you stay accountable. But yeah, so going into that first week and looking at that it was super eye opening.
Yeah, and there was also a couple days you pretty much starved too. You didn't even eat. So you were able to see like these extreme swings in your food. And I bet if I'd ask what your energy level feels like, what would you tell me your energy feels like now after being consistent now for 3 weeks with really finding your baseline and where you need to be? What's your energy like?
Yeah, so before, it's like I don't know, I felt like I was gonna roll out of bed and just fall onto the floor because I didn't want to get out of bed. Um, you know, it's really weird because I've lost 7.5 pounds, but it feels like I've lost a lot more just because of how I feel.
Yeah,
Um, now I can kind of pop up and get out of bed and I guess I have other soreness and pains rather than what I used to have, but they feel good if that makes sense, since I'm
yes.
working out and things like that. So now I'm rolling up and getting out of bed and it's like, oh, I'm a little sore, but it's my muscles that are sore, not aches and pains in my body.
I love
So
that. And actually, I'm going to read a text from you last night. Well, this is Saturday night at 7 o'clock, 8 laps at the track. Last two laps, I walked the stairs too. And I know this is the high school football field, and I know those stairs are legit over there. So I would guess that most Saturday evening is about 7 o'clock. You'd probably be pulling something off that back shelf there and maybe mixing up maybe a drink just to kind of relax. And so it sounds like
yeah.
you're really maybe even changing some of the activities that you're doing.
Yeah, so took my wife with me and just asked her if she wanted to go walk. Actually got the idea from you on one of your videos you posted. It's like, you
Love
know
it.
what? It sounds like a good idea. So I asked Amber, I'm like, hey, you want to go walk? And she's like, sure. So we went and walked, and she even did part of the stairs. She didn't do all of them, but went halfway up. But no, it was nice. We got to walk and talk, and got some kind of bonding time that typically on a Saturday night we're watching TV or doing something that doesn't actually let us hang out and talk. So that was kind of nice too.
And I love it. I love it. What do you think's been easier than you expected?
Um, I would say now the gym. If I look back on that first week in the gym, it's it was brutal. I mean,
Oh, that
I ain't gonna joke about it. It was brutal. You sit there and especially like you get to abs, and God forbid I ever have to do abs, but I have to do them all the time. Um, and they're rough, but as you keep going and get through, I mean, I'm through week 3 now, and it's a lot easier. I actually look forward to going into the gym and lifting. It feels good. I mean, I used to do that all the time. That used to be my life. I used to, you know, played football back in high school, and after high school, I was in the gym. I was a gym rat for a little while and lifted, and even did a little bit of stuff after high school. And then I had kids, and that's where it usually turns the corner, and you start ballooning out. So it's it's nice to get back in there where it doesn't feel like it's a chore anymore.
yeah.
I'm starting to turn the curve to where I want to be in there, and I see the future ahead, and I see the goals that are set, and um, yeah, it's amazing how much different I feel now compared to when I started.
I love it. I love hearing it. What do you think's been harder than you expected?
Um, hmm, it's a good question. What has been harder than I expected? Probably the fact that I can't do it the same as what I used to. So, when you're 18, 19, you can jump in there and you can, you're invincible. These days you are not. So, I've had a little setback this past week, and that, you know, that's probably the hardest part is whenever you're older and you can easily hurt yourself in the gym if you try to go too hard or too fast. And that's probably the hardest part is can't just get in there and jump in it. Before we even started this, I was running, and because I was so heavy and hadn't been lifting and hadn't built my body back up, I actually hurt my back running. And I'm not even running, I'm jogging, right? Like let's be real here. I'm jogging, and it hurt my back just jogging. And I'm like, dang, I'm getting old. So I think with what you got me put on here where I'm walking and lifting, it's a lot better on my body, and then I can work into running because I actually like running. So
Yeah, that's our
yeah,
goal.
probably.
And you have another big goal coming up to do a mud run. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, yeah, that's probably a year from now. But yes,
That's
I
gonna
don't
be
know if I can get one this year. But
well. Let's talk accountability. How has the daily accountability with the coaching program helped you?
yeah, so it's always, if anybody's ever worked out before, they realize that it's a lot easier to go to the gym with a buddy, or a lot easier to go there and have somebody there to support you. And whenever you try to do that stuff on your own, it's really easy to let yourself down, unfortunately. But it's really easy to be like, I don't need to go today. But if you say that and you got somebody there, like you've been really good at staying on top of me and telling me like, hey, watch your macros. Hey, you got to be really lean for dinner tonight because you splurged a little bit for lunch. Same thing with the gym. It's a lot easier for you to be sitting here thinking, I don't want to go, and then you got somebody pushing you that's like, hey, you gonna make it to the gym tonight? I haven't seen you log your workout. And it's not like, it doesn't feel like somebody's like getting on to you or like putting you down. You've always been very positive, and it's really nice to have Compass reach out and be like, hey, just checking in on you. I mean, it's daily, it's multiple times a day. And it's really nice to have that partnership there to where, you're always there checking on me.
Yeah, I'd say we interact quite a few times a day, and
Yeah.
it's been great too because you're able to build a relationship on it, and we don't just always talk. We always don't just talk food. Sometimes we're talking about the kids and how do we help them and marriage, and so it's just been I've really enjoyed the extra communication throughout the day because it's just allowed us to build a nice friendship.
Yeah.
What tell me about your family. What have they noticed any kind of difference in you or are they, just tell me maybe about what's going on there over this last 3 weeks.
Yeah. So, like we mentioned, my boys are super active. I mean, they're way better athletes than I was back in the day. I tell you that for sure. But we, whenever I'm talking about, this program or these goals that I have, it's really cool to see my boys, especially my oldest. He gets it. He's 15, so I'll be talking about it, and he'll kind of give me that look, like, yeah, yeah, keep like kind of giving me that nod, like, keep going, man. So it's really encouraging. And I take them to the gym and get them to work out, put them through workouts, which they begged me for years, and I finally started doing it this year. But we'll go to the gym, and I'll get on the treadmill, or I'll be outside with them, and I'll be like, "Whew, I'm out of shape," and then my youngest will be like, "Well, that's why you're working on it," So it's really cool to have them, get my back. And Amber, she's great. She helps keep me accountable too, and she's always um, telling me I look good and stuff like that. So I mean, 7.5 pounds doesn't seem like a whole lot, but your body starts changing and you start looking a little better, and it feels good. Hopefully soon I'll be confident enough to take my shirt off around people, right?
Well,
Because I dang sure ain't ready for that yet, but we're getting there.
yeah, no, it's coming. I mean that, looking ahead, you want to be able to do those things. Where do you see yourself 3 months from now if you stick with this? What do you think? What do you think's happening with you?
Yeah. So, you know, week one, I didn't want to do anything extra. Um, I barely wanted to do the stuff that I was doing, the stuff that you had logged for me. Week two, I was like, you know what? It's kind of nice. I like, yeah, you know what? Let me get through the abs and then I can enjoy the rest of the workout. Week three, I'm like, I want to go to the gym and I want to do more. I want to get in extra time. I want to make sure I get my steps. I mean, like we mentioned earlier, Saturday night, I'm out there walking the field, walking the track, and doing stairs. I didn't have to do the stairs, but I wanted to. So, future me, um, I don't know, man. It's a mindset change. So, hopefully, 3, 6 months from now, I'm looking way different than I did, taking my shirt off. You know, I got more energy, so I'm working outside more, taking care of my property. Who knows? Maybe I got some biceps and some maybe a little bit of abs showing through, cutting some fat percentage. So who knows? We'll see.
Well, you already made the hardest decision that was just getting started, and your family's going to benefit from it. Your career is going to benefit from it. Your property is going to benefit from it. And I'm so excited. The energy that you have, it gives me energy. I love everything you're saying and being around it. And I want to close up with if someone's watching this right now and they're scared to take that first step, what would you say to them?
Yeah, so you just got to do it. I mean, you want to, you need to, and I could have laid in bed every day. I could still be laying in bed today, but if you want a better life and you want to live longer and you want to be there for your kids and your grandkids and all that, you've got to take control of your life, and you've got to get that energy back. I never would have expected I'd have this much energy, and we're 3 weeks into this program, and I'm already feeling like a totally different person. So if you can give yourself if you can just commit and give yourself a couple weeks into this thing, you're going to feel totally different as long as you commit to it.
I love it. Well, we're gonna touch base again here, and we're gonna follow the rest of Josh's journey, and then we'll have a big 6 week ender, and so we'll just be able to kind of keep you all in tune. So, if you like this content, like it, share it, and we'll see y'all again soon.